Ibon, a very good evening and a very warm welcome to this special edition on Rupavahini. Now, we are honored to be in the presence of Mr. Nir, the spokesperson of the Embassy of Israel to Sri Lanka and India, who is currently visiting our island nation. Welcome to Rupavahini.
Thank you for having me, Dulanjali.
Thank you very much for dedicating your time to be here to have this conversation with us. So, as we know, Sri Lanka and Israel share a cordial relationship marked by mutual respect and cooperation, from agriculture to employment and from technology to tourism. There are numerous avenues where both countries can collaborate for mutual benefit. So, Mr. Guy, if you may start by knowing if this is the first time that you're visiting Sri Lanka. First and foremost, we want to know how you find Sri Lanka is and the people is.
So this is my second time to Sri Lanka. My first time on an official visit as a diplomat, but about a decade ago I came here as a tourist. Like we have so many Israeli tourists who love to come to Sri Lanka. I was one of them about a decade ago, and I must say 10 years ago I loved it. This time I even love it more. There's something about the people, the hospitality, the smiling, the authenticity. I love that experience.
That's great to know. Thank you very much for your wonderful words, and that certainly elaborates who Sri Lankans are.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining for the serious questions that I'm going to be directing to you. And the first one would be, how do you view the current state of bilateral relations between Sri Lanka and Israel, and what are the key areas you believe hold the most promise for further collaboration?
I think we have a good relationship. We obviously have places to continue to develop and strengthen that. If we're looking at anything from agriculture and tech, if we're looking at we have a large amount of Sri Lankan workers in Israel who are loving the work and the way that they're being accepted and treated by their Israeli employers. So we're looking to develop the relations and increase on anywhere on these regions and hopefully more.
That's great. And the second question is, now many Sri Lankans, as we just spoke about, are currently employed in Israel, especially in the caregiving and agricultural sectors. How does the Israeli government view this workforce and their potential to expand these employment opportunities further?
So as I said, both in my first answer and my second one, I love visiting Sri Lanka because I love meeting the people. The same goes to the employees that we have, the Sri Lankan employees that are coming to Israel. We love working with them. We can trust them. They're doing a good job. So we are looking to increase that number. I think now we have about 20 to 25,000 Sri Lankans who are working in Israel and are happy working in Israel. And we're looking to increase that number in the thousands, hopefully very soon. I think it's going to be beneficial both to Israel, both to Sri Lanka in terms of the exchange of money versus services, and I think it's a win-win situation for both of us.
But in addition to agricultural and the other sectors, what are the other sectors that Sri Lankans are having interest in joining in? Are there any particular sector that you think that in the future they will be able to come on board, and any new advances?
So we're looking into health aspects in terms of we want to increase transportation and infrastructure. Also a lot of opportunities to work when it comes to agriculture. Yes, many options ahead.
Many options out there, okay. So globally recognized, Sri Israel is globally recognized for its innovations in agriculture, particularly in water management and desert farming. What lessons or partnerships can Sri Lanka explore to modernize and improve its own agricultural sector?
Okay, so in terms of water, I think you have a lot of water. Israel is an arid country. We have barely any rain, and yet we were able to form a successful agriculture industry without with the lack of water. But water is not the only source. We're looking at other technologies that Israel has developed over the last decades. For example, if you're looking at the way to improve cultivation, if you're looking at tomatoes or avocados or mangoes, there's ways to to train them, to nurture them, that they will produce more yield. For example, if you take tomatoes, and in the first days, the first weeks of the plant, you break the tree, the stem.
Yes.
It produces more tomatoes. These are technologies that we have developed over the years that we are sharing with our friends. Yes, how to produce more yield from the plot that you've got.
That's interesting. And moving towards the tourism sector. Tourism is another area with great potential. What can be done to enhance tourism flows between our two countries, especially in the context of post-pandemic recovery and cultural exchange?
So I think that if you look at the Israeli populations, we love to travel. We love to travel to places that have direct flights. We had direct flights with Sri Lanka. We're hoping to renew direct flights because when you have direct flights, you get more tourists. It's a fact. I think yearly you get about 20 to 25,000 Israeli tourists a year. For a small country like Israel, that's a big portion of our tourism. But we can definitely increase that. And I think if we were to look at direct flights, that is really going to help push more people to want to come here. I came here 10 years ago. I loved it. My family wants to come here. They keep pushing me. You're a diplomat in this region. We want to come visit you. We want to take you to Sri Lanka. So there's this urgent need of people to come here, and I think it's a win-win for both countries, because Israel loves to travel, and they're in bringing with them millions of dollars in tourism. So I think it's something that we definitely want to continue to explore and increase.
That's great to know. Next, on to trade between Sri Lanka and Israel is relatively modest. In your view, what steps can both nations take to strengthen economic ties and encourage business and investment partnerships?
So when we're looking at trade, we're looking at hundreds of millions of dollars. The official numbers are about 250 million, but to that you need to add the millions of dollars that come from hiring of Sri Lankan workers in Israel. That's about 50 million a year. We have tourism. That is about another 50 million a year into Sri Lanka. We have investment in tech. So we're having outsourcing of Sri Lankan employees with Israeli tech companies, another about 50 million. When we're adding all that, it's almost $500 million annually into the Sri Lankan pocket at the end of the year, and we are looking to strengthen these relationships. So I was talking before about more workers. That's a big plus. We talked about more tourism here. That's a big plus. And I think if we look at the overall numbers, we're looking at something that is substantial in helping both countries in post-pandemic have a great relationship going forward.
Yes, certainly something to look forward to.
Hopefully.
In all these aspects that we are discussing. And further, Israel is known for its advancements, as we very correctly started to talk about, in technology, especially in fields like cybersecurity, health tech, and innovation ecosystems. Are there any ongoing or proposed collaborations in these areas with Sri Lanka?
Okay, so there are some. I cannot elaborate on all of them because some things are still in the works. When it comes to agriculture, we're looking on ways to increase and I would say it has to do with agriculture and technology, because what Israel is good for is technology and perfecting also agriculture. So we're looking to bring that maybe with a collaboration with either business or government. So that is something that hopefully is in the works. In terms of technology, outsourcing is outsourcing work from Sri Lanka is one of the big things that we are doing. The rest I would wait until they become more fruitful, and then maybe we can discuss them next time that I come.
Rather than just giving
yes,
hope if there is any progress.
Yeah.
Certainly, that's good news that we will be awaiting to hear from you very soon.
Yes.
And Sri Lanka has always prioritized the safety and well-being of citizens abroad. Now, this is a little bit of a serious topic that we are also concerned in knowing. So during the time of regional instability, how does Israel ensure the safety of foreign workers, including Sri Lankans, within these borders?
Okay, so this is an important topic to discuss, because also Israel is very focused on the well-being and the safety of our people. Israel has invested billions of dollars in the last 30-something years in ensuring that every household, every apartment has a safe room, exactly for times like this. So if there's missiles or any kind of threat, that they have a shelter to go to, whether it's underground or in their own apartment. And the missiles don't care if the person is Jewish or non-Jewish, Israeli, non-Israeli, they hit. So we are protecting everybody. We're protecting our people, we're protecting our tourists, we're protecting our foreign workers, we're protecting everybody in Israel. So Israelis are just as safe as Sri Lankans, are just as safe as any other nationality who is in Israel. Yes, the situation is far from ideal, but Israel is doing the utmost, the best that we can do to protect our civilians. And if we look at the numbers and the statistics, I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Okay, that's something to be relieved of.
I will say another thing, sorry if I may.
No problem.
I think the best people to answer that would be the 20,000 Sri Lankans that are currently in Israel, because when we ask them, when we interview them, they are very happy and pleased and feel safe and encourage their friends to join them and come to Israel. So that's all the proof that you need that they're there during these situations. They feel comfortable and they feel safe and they feel secure, and they encourage their friends to come and join them. So that speaks volumes on how they feel and how...
Because it's them who is actually experiencing the situation.
So it's not coming from my mouth, it's coming from Sri Lankan's mouth.
Proven.
So you can trust them just as much as you can trust me.
Okay, great to know that as well, because we certainly are interested in knowing the situation and how it might be. Especially the families who are residing here in Sri Lanka would be interested in knowing these aspects as well. And finally, Mr. Guy, as someone representing Israel in this region, what message would you like to convey to the people of Sri Lanka regarding the future of our bilateral partnerships?
So, as I said several times, I loved Sri Lanka when I came here a decade ago. And I think generally, if you look at and you ask the Israeli population, Israelis love Sri Lankans. And I think that is a strong testament. I think that speaks on our future, on growing together and collaborating and working together in the future. So I think first when you have a good people-to-people connection that's there, that's a strong opportunity for the future, and I hope that it's the same way on the other side, right? That you like us just as much as we like you. In terms of everything that has to do with bilateral agreements and all that, we are working very closely on both sides to strengthen and make sure that these relations are getting stronger and getting better, and we communicate to our Sri Lankan side, and we try to give all the answers so they feel secure sending more people to Israel, and that they feel more secure with the stability of our region. We're doing the best to make that happen.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Guy, for sharing your insights and for your continued efforts in strengthening the ties between Israel and Sri Lanka. As we look ahead, we remain hopeful that this partnership will flourish in a new and a more meaningful way, from innovation to employment and from cultural exchange to mutual understanding. So we wish you a very pleasant and productive stay in Sri Lanka, and certainly come over with your family, since they are also looking forward to be here in Sri Lanka. Once again, thank you very much for taking time off your busy schedule to be here and share these insights with us and the audience. All the very best to you, Mr. Guy.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, and we were in conversation with Mr. Guy Nir, the spokesperson of the Embassy of Israel to Sri Lanka and India. And we thank you for joining us on this special edition, and we invite you to join with the rest of the evening. Thank you very much.